Now today we'll go with hyperlinks. Hyperlinks. Okay now. And now observe sir here. Hyperlinks is nothing but hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page. Okay now. Hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page. To create a hyperlinks, here we have to use anchor tag. Okay now, to create a hyperlinks we have to use here anchor tag. Here now observe sir, here I will create one new file, hyperlink hyperlink.html. So here I am adding the structure of the HTML. This is the structure of HTML. Okay now, and now observe sir, here I want to create one hyperlinks. To create a hyperlinks, here we have to use anchor tag. This is the anchor tag. Okay now, anchor tag is having opening brace and the closing brace. Now tell me, anchor tag is a paid tag or unpaid tag? Paid tag. Anchor tag is a paid tag. Okay now, observe sir, here in this anchor tag, here we have one attribute called href. Okay now, here we are using one attribute. What is that attribute? Href. Okay now observe sir, here hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate. Hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page, Now tell me here how to create a hyperlinks. To create a hyperlinks, we will use which tag sir? We will use anchor tag. This anchor tag is a paid tag or unpaid tag? Paid tag. Anchor tag is a paid tag. Okay now, here the syntax of anchor tag is this is the syntax of anchor tag. Okay now, this is the syntax of anchor tag. After that, now observe very clearly here, in that hyperlinks there are mainly two types. In that hyperlinks there are mainly how many types? Two types. Okay now, the first one is external hyperlink. Okay now, the first one is a external hyperlink, and the second one is internal hyperlink. Okay now, external hyperlink and the internal hyperlinks. This first of all, now here we'll go with first one, external hyperlink. What is a external hyperlink? Why we are using external hyperlink? How to create the external hyperlink? Everything now we will discuss. Okay now, first of all, why we are using external hyperlinks? Okay now, these external hyperlinks are used to, okay now, external hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page, by using file path or server path. Okay now, by using file path or server path. Okay now, are you able to understand sir here? For example, here I created one anchor tag. In that anchor tag, here I am writing, for example, here I will write YouTube. Okay now, if you want, here I will write small cases only, YouTube. So like that, here I am adding YouTube. Now I will execute sir. Here observe, right click, copy path, and I will paste it in Google server. Now observe here, one hyperlink is created now, YouTube. One hyperlink is created. So like that, here we can create hyperlinks. In that hyperlink, one underline is there. Sir, why we are getting underline? Okay now, this is a here we can remove that underline also. That is a CSS property. That also we can learn. Okay now, you guys don't worry about that. First here I am clicking on that YouTube. Okay now, any changes is there? No changes. Why? Because here we are not given any specific file path or server path. Okay now, for example, here I will give one file path sir. Okay, now I'll go to YouTube. Here YouTube is there. I'll go to YouTube. Here top youtube.com is there na. I'll copy that. youtube.com. I'll copy that. I'll paste it here. V. And now observe sir here. Now observe here. I'll execute. I'll refresh. This is a now one link is created now here. One link is created. Now here I given specific path also. Okay, now which path I given? YouTube path. After clicking on that link, it will directly goes to that YouTube page. If you want, you observe here. I'll remove this also. And now observe sir here. YouTube is open now. YouTube is open now. So like that we can access. If you want here, I'll create another one anchor tag. I'll show you anchor tag. Here now I want to go like a you know Amazon, Flipkart, Swiggy, Zomato. Okay na? I'll go with the Swiggy. And now observe sir here a Swiggy. Okay, done. Top swiggy.com is there now. Just I'll copy this. I'll copy this. I'll paste it directly here. And now here I am writing Swiggy. One hyperlink will be created. Okay, now here one hyperlink will be created. After clicking on that hyperlink, directly it will goes to that Swiggy. Two hyperlinks is created. YouTube and Swiggy. Now first here I click on that YouTube. Directly it will goes to YouTube. Okay now. YouTube is open now. Now observe sir. Now here I'll clicking on that second hyperlink. Here now I'll go to that second hyperlink Swiggy. Now observe here. Swiggy is open now. Observe sir. Tell me here. Respond everyone. Observe here. Okay now why we are using hyperlinks? Hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page. Here mainly we have two types. External hyperlinks. External hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from one web page to another web page by using file path or server path. Okay na? File path or server path. If you here I'll give you example also. I'll copy these two hyperlinks. These hyperlinks are external hyperlinks. Why? Because here once I clicking on that link, it will opening the another one page. Next one. Now we'll go with second one. What is the second one, sir? Internal hyperlinks. Internal hyperlinks. In this internal hyperlinks, okay na? These internal hyperlinks are used to jump or navigate from within the same page, sir. Okay na? Within the same page by using ID attribute. That also I'll show you. No, don't worry. And now observe here. For example, first of all, here I'll create one paragraph tag. I'll create one paragraph tag. Otherwise, I'll go to here. I'll create some 5 paragraph tags. Okay, and I created 5 paragraph tags. First here, I want to write about Virat Kohli. You know everyone. So first here, I want to write about Virat Kohli. Okay, now about Virat Kohli. Here I want to write some 300 words of content. Tell me how to write the 300 words of content. Lorem 300. Okay, now so like that here I am adding that. Lorem 300. Okay, now 300 words of content is added. So like that here I'll add like a 5 players list. Okay, now and now observe Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant. I added 5 players details. Okay, na? Now here I'll change Virat Kohli. Here I'll change like a Pant, Rishabh Pant. Next here I'll go with. Next here I'll go with Rohit Sharma. Jadeja. Next year I'll go with Jadeja. Next year I'll go with ABD. Ashwin or ABD. Okay na. So like that here I created. Listen, sir. Here I created 5 paragraph tags. Okay na. Here I created 5 paragraph tags. Now after that here I am creating like a anchor tags. 5 anchor tags. Okay na. A into 5. A into 5. Here I created 5 anchor tags. Okay na. Are you able to understand, sir? Here observe very clearly. Anchor tags is a inline level elements. Okay, now that also I'll teach you break. Here I'll use break. Break. And now observe, sir, here. Now observe here. Each and every hyperlinks here I am using one attribute called ID attribute. Okay, now each and every paragraph tag here I am using ID attribute. In that ID attribute, for example, here I am writing Rishabh. Here I am writing Rishabh Pantana. So here I am writing Rishabh. In that second ID also here I am using ID is equal to Rohit. And next here also I am using another one ID is equal to Jadeja. Okay, done, Jadu. Next here I will go with ID is equal to ABD. Okay, na. And next here I will go with ID is equal to Chiku. ID is equal to Chiku. So here I created 5 IDs also. Okay, na. Each and every paragraph tag here I created ID, sir. Now observe very clearly. Now here I am creating one hyperlinks for first here I will go with Virat Kohli. Okay, now here I am creating one hyperlink for Virat Kohli. Okay, now what is the ID? Virat Kohli ID Chiku. So here I am passing that ID. Here ID attribute represent hash symbols. Okay, now ID attribute represent hash symbol. Hash. Here I am writing Chiku. Chiku. Next here now we'll go with Rohit Sharma. So hash, what is the attribute for Rohit Sharma? Rohit. Rohit. And here, and now observe, sir, here I'll execute this. Right click, copy path. I'll paste it here. Now observe, sir, here. I'll refresh. Now observe here. 5 links is created. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, Jadeja, AB de Villiers. First here I'll click on that Virat Kohli link. Virat Kohli came top na. If you want here I'll add some more content. Then here we can understand. Otherwise now observe, sir, here. Now observe. Here first I'll click on that Virat Kohli. Now Virat Kohli came top na. Okay na. Now for example again. Now here I'll go with Jadeja. Jadeja came top na. Now observe very clearly here. After clicking on that hyperlink, it will not goes to another web page. It going on same web page specified attribute. Okay na.